Hey there, Jesse Moore, Pickett Street Properties.
Fred Boskus, Pickett Street Properties.
And if you are a Washington State Cougar fan, I apologize for Fred's shirt.
I won't.
We're nearing the football season, so Fred wears a little more purple this time of year.
Definitely.
All right, we want to talk about a news release that the Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac issued this week. So this is kind of big news.
It is. I think one of the questions that we get asked a lot is, well, if I'm current on my mortgage, can I get a short sale? And the answer to that has been kind of fuzzy, but now we have definitive answer.
Yeah, so here's what, this is interesting to me. Short sales have been around for a while now, nationwide on a fairly high level for like at least 5 years.
Right.
And so, apparently that's how long it takes for a bureaucratic agency like Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac to kind of get on the same page. And so essentially what's happened is that Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac have gotten together and they've issued a new standard in short sale guidelines that they are pushing out to their servicers. And so this is, again, supposed to expedite assistance to borrowers. Generally, this does anything but that initially, as servicers get used to the new guidelines. They tend to trip over themselves a little bit in making sure that they comply to these new rules. But let's discuss quickly what this means for distressed homeowners. Fred kind of mentioned one right out of the gates, and that is you no longer have to be delinquent in your mortgage to be approved for a short sale. Essentially, you still have to be able to prove a hardship.
True.
You can't just say, my house is underwater, I make plenty of money, I can afford this payment, I just don't want to.
Right, and they actually have some examples of what things that constitute a hardship. Obviously, death of a borrower, that would be an issue.
That's like the biggest hardship there is.
Unemployment, divorce, employee transfer, increased housing expenses is an interesting one. So you don't have to necessarily already be in trouble to qualify for a short sale.
Well, maybe.
Well, at least from the standpoint of missing a payment.
Yes, and disaster, natural or man-made, and then business failure. So there's a few. That's good news. There are a few things that are pretty strongly worded in this. It does sound like that basically they're setting the standard also that if you do have funds available to you and you're trying to do a short sale, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac are more than likely going to ask for a financial contribution in exchange for waiving the deficient balance. So essentially, if you owe $100,000 over what your property is selling for, in order for Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac to release that deficiency and not pursue you for that remaining balance, they're going to ask for a contribution if you have access to funds. So I think that just means that they're going to make sure that you are worthy of a short sale before they waive the deficiency and let you go scot-free. Other things is that they are reducing, I shouldn't say that, they are creating a standard of what they will provide to the second lien holder. And so before, that's kind of been a floating number. It's been pretty common for them to approve 6% of the balance of the second loan. So if the balance was $100,000, they would approve up to $6,000 to the second. If it was $200,000, they might approve $12,000, but generally our experience has been they really don't like to give more than $6,000. And they've reinforced that in this new guideline by saying that Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac will offer up to $6,000 to second lien holders to expedite a short sale. What's really interesting about how they word this, the next sentence says, previously, second lien holders could slow down the short sale process by negotiating for higher amounts.
And I don't think they're going to stop doing that.
Well, I know, but I just like
I know for a fact they're not going to stop doing that.
I just like how they say, previously, this other party, not us, was responsible for slowing down the short sale process by asking for more money. and they're basically drawing a line in the sand and saying we will offer up to $6,000, no more than that amount.
So it'll be interesting to see how second lien holders respond to that. Most of the ones that I've seen where we've had a limit based on the 6% guideline, they haven't really cared. They'd still ask what they'd ask for, and we'd have to work with them on it.
So there's a few other things. We've discussed kind of the major elements of this, and these things take effect, the guidelines take effect November 1st of this year, 2012, and so... Those
are for Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac loans. One other quick thing, that if you are active duty military and have a permanent change of station, that you will have special guidelines as well to assist in making the short sale easier.
Yeah. So anyway, that is that's our update on the new standard guidelines for Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac regarding short sales. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.